Bonnie made a rookie mistake. She got one of the dessert plates. You have to get a dinner plate to get your dessert so that you can get everything on it. Welcome to Orlando, Florida, and Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, where we are doing our non-Disney Orlando trip.
Yes, we're not here to do Disney, and we're not here to do Universal. We are actually exploring outside of Disney and Universal, and we're going to go to some of the SeaWorld parks. We're going to SeaWorld, we're going to Aquatica, we're going to Discovery Cove, and we're exploring some of the things to do outside of Disney and Universal here in Orlando.
Today's not our first day. Today is our first day, but this isn't actually the start of our day. This is actually the end of our day. So we'll back up a little bit and we'll show you how we started our trip in Orlando right now. We started our day at SeaWorld's Aquatica water park. We had never been before, so this was our first time, and we had an awesome day there. We got there early, we got in through security easy, we got through the lines easy. We walked over, there's a bridge, you can see some sharks right when you walk in the gate, which I thought was really cool because I'm kind of an aquarium nerd. And then we got some amazing seats and started our day at the water park.
One of the things we always love doing when we visit water parks is checking out the lazy river. Of course, I mean, you don't have to climb stairs. You can just jump in and float around. And this lazy river was pretty cool because it actually had some spots where it would go past aquariums. So there was a fish, like an aquarium with fish that you could see, and then there was another aquarium with dolphins. And I think the sharks were also in that dolphin tank, but we didn't see the sharks. We only saw dolphins. But almost every time we floated by that dolphin tank, you'd see dolphins swimming past. So that was like a cool experience. You're just like floating along the water and then, hey, there's a dolphin.
Yeah, just your normal lazy river where you float under fish, next to fish, and they're like swimming right next to you while you float down the river.
It was a really cool element, just like something you don't normally see at a typical water park. Oh, there was also a slide that went through the shark and dolphin tank. And I will say that slide, when we went through it, you can't really see, it's going so fast, you can't see anything from the actual slide. But when you're watching in the dolphin tank from the lazy river, you can see people shoot through. It's kind of cool.
Speaking of slides, they had something for everyone there. They had the drop thing where you like drop out of a tube straight down. We didn't do that one, by the way. They had a lot of big group slides where you could do it anywhere from like 2 to like, I think one of them was like 5 or 6 people could go on it. Some of them like went through the big toilet bowl thing where you like swirl around. Oh, one of them, the first one we did was one where you went down into the little swirly deal, but there were like projectors set up everywhere and they were playing really cool music. And so you could see like sharks swimming on the walls. It looked like you were underwater. It was really, really neat. But I was just impressed just by the sheer like amount and variety of water slides that they had there.
Thankfully, we went on a Monday, and so the crowds were pretty low, and so we didn't have to wait too long for any of the rides. My favorite ride was called Ray Rush, and it was one of the big tube rides that you use, like a family tube ride. And unfortunately, the minimum number of people on it was 3, and so our group obviously was only 2, so this was just Ryan and I. So we got to the top and we asked her if we could just wait for another group that had a fewer number. And so thankfully not too far behind, there were these 2 guys that came up. And so we were like, well, y'all ride with us? And because we knew they wouldn't be able to ride it either. And they agreed. But that ended up being my favorite ride. It had some really cool like little drops, and then it would like swing you up on those like curvy things. I don't know what those are called. But anyway, it was that was my favorite ride.
My favorite one was the one where you could ride it as 2 people, but it would pop you out and you would have just a moment of 0G where you're like weightless in the air, and then you would keep going down the slide.
Kare curl.
The Kare curl, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So slides were fun. We didn't do all of them, but we checked out the ones that looked interesting to us. Then we stopped for a quick lunch, and we actually split a barbecue pork sandwich because we knew we would be having dinner and we had already had breakfast. So we were like, I think we can get by with splitting. You know how theme park food is like never all that great, but also very expensive. So we were like, I don't want to spend too much money. So anyway, we split a barbecue pork sandwich and some fries and like a soda.
Yeah.
Oh, and they give you free water. You can go to any snack stand or restaurant and say,
They give you
have
free water. They don't give you unlimited soda because you scan a QR code now and it dispenses some. And then when you go back, it says you've already used your QR code.
Yeah.
So you get exactly
unless you have
one.
like the refillable.
Yeah, unless you have the refillable thing. So you get exactly one soda, which is
no refills. We found some awesome like loungers. Because we got there early, we tried to like go quickly to find a shady spot. And so we spent a lot of the afternoon just kind of sitting in the lounge chairs, napping a little bit. I think Ryan napped. I'm not a napper. And then I read my book. So it was just an enjoyable time chilling out in the lounge chairs.
The lounge and umbrellas were amazing, and it was fun to watch all the people walk by and like go in the lazy river and stuff. I did actually fall asleep a few times briefly, and then I would kind of like wake back up. But it was great. And since we had an unlimited pass basically, where we could go as much as we wanted the week we were there to Aquatica, we didn't feel rushed to have to go around and do everything. So I was totally okay just closing my eyes and taking a little midday siesta under my umbrella. All in all, I thought Aquatica was amazing. I think there's definitely a reason why it's rated as highly as it is in the US. It was really low crowds as well. We were really shocked by like how few people were there. There were some lines that got longer throughout the day, but especially early in the day, we were able to walk on to a ton of stuff. And then it was just a great experience. There's plenty of shade. You can sit around and relax. I loved it a lot. It was a great time.
So thankfully, water parks end early so you can go do other things with your day. So I think we actually left a little bit even before it closed. And so we went and we were looking for some more treats and some fun places for dinner.
We are at Ginther's Swirls. It's like 6 minutes from SeaWorld, Aquatica, Discovery Cove. It is a family-owned place, it looks like. And they do like soft serve. So I have a soft serve shake. This is a chocolate brownie fudge shake. Johnny got a sundae with some vanilla soft serve, some hot fudge, extra cherry, and some nuts. And it is really good. They have a drive-through. They have a front part with an outside section, and they have an indoor seating section where you can order on a kiosk if you don't want to stand outside and wait. So it's a great place to come if you just want a little bit of ice cream to cool off.
I asked for double cherry.
It's checking out the giraffes at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's always fun when you can go to dinner, and before dinner you can look at a bunch of African animals. It's like zoo and dinner combined. It's a lot of fun.
So now that you're caught up to where we are now, we were looking at where to go eat this evening earlier, and we just happened to pull up the Disney site so that we could see what restaurants still had availability in the reservations, and we saw Boma on the list. And we have not been to Boma since we've been once, and it was maybe like 2011 or something like that.
It was a while back, yeah.
It's been a while. So we came to Animal Kingdom Lodge last time we were in Disney. Well, no, that's 2 times ago in Disney. And we went to Savannah, which is in the Kadani Village part, and we really enjoyed that, but it wasn't available, so we were like, hey, let's try Boma again. It's a buffet restaurant here, we're gonna check it out. But we always like coming to Animal Kingdom Lodge because you can go walk around and you can see the animals, and so you can get into any of the resorts or Disney Springs even if you're not coming and doing a Disney vacation. So we're having a touch of Disney.
Well, you can get into the resorts as long as you're still giving them money.
If you have a reservation, yes, a dining reservation. But so we're having a touch of Disney. We can't come to Orlando and not do something Disney. So here we are.
So we're gonna go get some African food, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Sorry, my spoon. I'm wiping my spoon. We started with some soups and salads, and salads were good. I really like the curry pasta salad, but the highlights were the soups. They had like a Malay lamb stew and this chicken sambal chicken and corn chowder. And the lamb was so tender, but the other soup, the corn chowder, is like so flavorful. So try the soup.
Okay, if you are a fan of the channel, you will know this is my favorite part of the meal. It's dessert time. There's lots to choose from. Johnny made a rookie mistake. She got one of the dessert plates. You have to get a dinner plate to get your dessert so that you can get everything on it. So I'm going to go through these here. We have bread pudding, butterscotch stuff, we have zebra domes, we have some tarts, we have cookie, we have brownie, we got all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to figure out which one is the best of the best and who is the champion.
And a passion fruit mousse.
Passion fruit mousse, yeah, with a hidden,
Passion fruit is my favorite.
with a little Mickey on it. And we're going to go through, we're going to figure out which one's the best of the best and what's the #1 dessert at Boma. Okay, the winner is the bread pudding, for sure. It's good. It's got really good flavor, really creamy. It's good. Everything's really good.
It has a little piece of apples in it.
It's got little pieces of apples in it. I also really like the zebra dome. It doesn't taste like the zebra domes we got in the market when we came here like years ago. It has a little bit different taste to it, but everything is really good. All these desserts are fantastic. Johnny liked the passion fruit.
Passion fruit always wins for me. It's my favorite flavor.
But even the cookie was really good. So, but the bread pudding for me was the winner for sure. Not chocolate, by the way. Not chocolate.
So I like desserts, but the desserts is not my favorite part. So I had a little bit extra of the savory foods. And I don't think we really talked about like the main dishes, but they have like several meats you can choose from. They had like ribs and rotisserie chicken and a salmon, a nut crusted salmon that was really good, and a strip loin. Like that they were doing a carving station. All of the meats were actually really good. But my favorite dish of all the like savory dishes and side dishes was the sweet corn pudding, and it had like a jam. I think it said like chocowonga or something like that. And it was like this little red jam next to it that you put on top. So if they have that at your Boma, you definitely need to try that. That was my dish of the day.
Well, we have wrapped up our meal at Boma. We went outside, we looked around the pool a little bit, explored some more of the resort. And now we are headed back to our hotel, so we're done for the day. The dinner was really, really good. It was definitely pricey.
You got those Disney prices.
Yep, you got the Disney prices going, but I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed all my stuff. I'm getting bit by a mosquito, I think. Or maybe my foot's just itching.
Wouldn't surprise me here in Florida.
Yeah, but it's hard to believe we're in Florida because it did feel like we were maybe in Africa. At least what Africa is in my mind. I haven't actually been there in real life.
I told him that's a very Disney-fied.
Yeah.
This is a very Disney-fied
It feels
version.
like I've been to the Disney version of Africa.
Yes.
But the food was really good. Everything was really good. The prime rib was good. I liked the little mustard sauce that came with the prime rib.
Some kind of strip steak.
Strip loin actually was what it was. It wasn't prime rib, but it looked like prime rib. The salmon was really good. I liked it a lot. Everything had really earthy, like natural flavors. You know, nothing. There's not a lot of sweet flavor other than the dessert, which we already talked about.
Well, the sweet corn pudding was kind of sweet. That was my favorite.
The sweet
dish.
corn pudding. That was Johnny's favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no, they're good. Lots of. But I would say this isn't the place to come if you're like a picky eater.
no.
I mean, they did have like a kids area that had like macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets and meatballs and sauce or whatever. But if you're kind of picky, you may want to steer clear of Boma. But if you like to experiment with some different flavors and things like that, it's worth checking out.
They have up to the price though. It's now $59 a person.
Yeah.
So it's a pricey buffet, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's tasty.
All right.
All right, that's a wrap on our night. We'll check you tomorrow.
Yeah.